Hey HEXO traders, today is Friday, November 6th. It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth. And what a day we have today. Congrats to the HEXO Bulls. So I had a lot of people, everybody and their dog, friends, family, just people on YouTube, people in the community, the Pow Group community asking about cannabis stocks and specifically HEXO and Aurora. So I'm going to do a quick update just to share with everybody rather than type the same thing out to a ton of different people. So I'll do a quick video highlighting my thoughts on HEXO and the recent move in short squeeze. I just did a video on a short squeeze in the cannabis space, so check out my channel that I just posted. And we're seeing huge squeezes, and basically everybody was on one side of the boat going short. That's why we saw Aurora go about, it was up 90% at one point today, over 130% in the last 2 days. And that's because, you know, everybody and their dog is on one side and short the company. And once the sector runs 10, 20, 30%, or you get Andrew Cuomo saying that they're going to legalize in New York in 2021, then the names that get beat up the most, the ones that have the most short, go up the most. So I'll do a video on Aurora a little bit later today, just to address all these questions that I'm getting, and in effort to save some time for myself and to give you guys the most value, I thought I would do a quick video. So HEXO up, did a video on HEXO yesterday as well about them settling a lawsuit that was filed against them. So you can check that out. I also did a video saying, is it time to buy cannabis stocks? I've been highlighting that there's something up with Canadian MJ, and now you understand why. But congrats to the bulls on HEXO who bought the dip after the negative earnings reaction. We saw that they came out the next day with a reverse split news, 8-1, but with this new daily trend change and higher high, we did break over the $1 mark, which becomes complacent, which actually gives them the $1 criteria to list on the New York Stock Exchange. So they may not need to reverse split if we see more and more positive reactions from the stock and more legalization and Biden winning. If they win the Senate, then things could get a lot crazier from here. But you can see the daily volume is huge. On the monthly chart, let's just bring up, clear those lines here to make it nice and clear. So we had the high of $1.29, which is the reaction of their last earnings. So that'll be the next monthly resistance. And we're just looking for a monthly high or low. So we'll look to the weekly chart here to see if we change the trend. So we were in a weekly downtrend. We had the low, the high, higher low, lower high, lower low, and then we broke above that resistance here at 85, and then we broke to a new low at 58. So we're not trending up or we're not trending down. We're essentially just going sideways right now, but we'll want to see a higher low and higher high on the weekly to be confident that the monthly trend change has, or the monthly higher low has been set. And then we'll look to the monthly trend change and monthly resistance at $1.29. So like I said, daily uptrend, huge volume, and everything's looking great for the HEXO bulls at the moment. We broke out of this daily EQ bullish and saw a huge follow through. We have no resistance on the daily as well. Up, well, we had $1, which we already pulled back on, which was psychological. We also had a little bit of a resistance level there at $1 previously. So if we can get over $1, we're looking at $1.29 very easily. And after that, no real resistance until $1.53. If we zoom out to the weekly, there's no weekly resistance from all the way up, real resistance until $2. And then on the monthly, if we can get over that $1.29, there's no resistance at all, essentially, until all-time highs. So this could get pretty crazy. Could be a potential monthly cup and handle. It's not the most clearest cup, but the idea is there. Let's just take a look at the hourly chart, see what we can see there. So the hourly chart, huge bull volume. And let's take a look with it without extended hours on. But we haven't formed an hourly high or low since all the way down here at 61 cents. So this is a huge move, probably caught a lot of people off guard and by surprise. And I know a lot of people are probably sitting on the sidelines right now looking to get in. And personally, I'd be waiting for an hourly high or low at the bare minimum. And we're approaching, we were hugely overbought there at 88 on the RSI. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen. And we'll have to keep an eye on the broader market as well. SPY just trending around 350, basically hovering around that level. We did hold EMA 12 on the 5-minute on this pullback, and we have a little bit of a 5-minute equilibrium to be watching here. If we lose 87 cents, which is my most important short-term support, then we confirm a 5-minute downtrend as we have a lower high and lower low. So just keep an eye out for that, but we are just looking for a 15-minute higher low. Could this be it? It may be, but we'll have to keep an eye on the 5-minute chart. We'll want to break over resistance here at 91.75. If we can get over that level, that confirms the 5-minute higher low, and then we'll look to 101, and then we'll look to 129. Let's bring up HEXO over here on the weekly chart. So I've been highlighting this for a while, that the MACD never crossed bearish, even when we had that 20% drop from the negative earnings reaction. And the stochastic is starting to cross bullish. We're back above the 10-week moving average. So if we can close by the end of the day today over 73 cents, which should be easily accomplishable from these bulls, then we're extremely bullish, in my opinion. Taking a look at the daily chart, HEXO on the daily. So we are well above the 50, 100, and the 200-day moving average. If we can close above 78, which is the 200 moving average, that's extremely bullish. MACD crossing bull as well on the daily. Let's just take a look at the weekly moving average. The 50 weekly moving average was at 96. So a lot of people are asking where to take profit. I said the weekly moving average is coming up, $1 psychological. So I know a lot of people took a little bit off at $1, and they could either A, reload cheaper, or B, just wait for a little bit more of a pullback, or just keep that capital and place it elsewhere. So again, I'll do another video on Aurora, as I know a lot of people are wondering about that as well, but I did want to do an update for you folks on HEXO. And congrats once again to the bulls. We've seen a huge move from the low of the earnings reaction. We're up about 60, 70% from the low of the earnings reaction. In fact, if you bought in pre-market at 54 cents, you'd be up about 85 to 90%. So this is why you don't want to go sleeping on names that are so beat up, that are extremely undervalued, that have good fundamentals and good products. I don't just shoot smoke and mirrors and say that, you know, I'm buying something because it's undervalued. I actually researched the company. They're on their way to profitability. Canopy Growth doesn't expect to be profitable until late 2021 or 2022, maybe even 2023. And they have earnings coming up on Monday, so that's going to affect the sector as well. But HEXO is well underway to profitability. They made more in the quarter than Kronos. So in my opinion, they're number 2, right next to Canopy. And personally, I like all of HEXO's products a lot more than I like Canopy's. So, you know, there's more to investing than to value and growth investing than just looking at the chart. Yes, the chart matters, but if a company has a fantastic products and they're well underway to profitability, and their brand is well known and respected, and they have good value and good margins and a good management team, that's what matters. And obviously you trim your risk, but this is why I've been so, you know, high on HEXO, and I have such good hopes for HEXO and expectations, is because their products are amazing. Aurora's up 80, 90% today, over 140%, I think, in 2 days. But I never buy any of their products. The only reason why it's up that much is because everybody was short and everybody hated the company, or everybody thought it was terrible. And the only ones holding are the ones holding the bag from the all-time high. And you might be thinking, well, Aurora is the best company today. No, it's not. It's because it's being short squeezed. It's because everybody was on one side of the boat, and now they flipped, they covered. Then we got new people buying as well from the hype from the US legalization or decriminalization. We'll see potential for uplisting to major exchanges. So we're seeing huge hype and euphoria and attention in the sector, and names like Aurora that have been beaten up so bad. Like, let's just take a quick look. I do want to mention, again, I'll do a video and I'll highlight a little bit more, but we hit $150 before the reverse split. We're down 98%. We're still down 92% from the all-time high. I mean, if you don't factor in the reverse split, just the other day, if you factor that in and reverse the reverse split, their share price would have been from like $14 to 40 cents or something like that. So it lost about 98% of its value. So names that are hugely beaten up, like look at CGC, for example, from the all-time high, we're only down 50%. So Aurora's down 98%. Of course, it's going to run harder. Everybody's short Aurora because there's been talks about, you know, them struggling financially, potentially going bankrupt, potentially getting bought out by Afria or Canopy for a huge discount, right? So that's bearish. So again, the reason why we see Aurora go up so much today is because it's down 98% from the all-time high, and so many people are short. We get new buyers coming in, buying the stock, and then we get people who are short covering, propelling that even further more to the upside. So that's why we see that. Again, I went a little bit too in depth on that, but I did want to highlight that for you folks, and I'll do another video on the technicals here on Aurora in just a second. But absolutely love HEXO as a long-term hold. I haven't sold a thing. My game plan is to keep adding more on the way up and average up, because I think that a lot more better days are ahead for HEXO. And if we continue on this trajectory upward, then we could potentially negate the need of the reverse split. So keeping an eye on that. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. I hope you found this information valuable. Hopefully it helps you with your trading and your position in HEXO. And hit the like. Hopefully you found value. If you found value, smash the like, shows me some support. Subscribe to my channel and you'll be notified on any future updates if you tick the little bell. Thank you so much. Again, have a great weekend, and we'll see you a little bit later on for an update on Aurora and another daily market recap at the end of the trading day. See you soon.